I spent the morning and afternoon hours working on a styrofoam drawing I I then used cleverly in order to make it appear as if that styrofoam drawing prop character was sleeping on a bed within the trailer park. Kent and Ginger were staying at for the time being. The styrofoam drawing in question had on a pair of shades. And then over the eyes, I was able to rediscover the that USA flag sleep mask I saw on the 12th of August. It turns out it was on a website called nicepng.com. It worked out pretty well today. I went on Iron Rage for the first time in at least a week and did something significant for the first time in over a year. I put in that last reputation point required. In order to at last reach the highest reputation rank within the Red Monarchy faction, going from revered to exalted. And pretty much for the whole time I was able to put in that last reputation point. It's just that I decided not to until today. And knowing I don't primarily go on the game Iron Rage much anymore, I upgraded that extra alchemy building I got when I completed a certain campaign. to level 6. It's going to the upgrade will take about 2 days. In Stronghold Kingdom, I've been researching in order to increase the maximum capacity of my stockpile, which is currently at 129,600. This is in the hopes of increasing the chances of me being able to start construction on the castle, of which I'm currently following a design. Take my castle that I'm currently building within my original village and copy the design outright for as many of my other villages as possible. One potential issue of this design is that it involves 10 turrets. This castle design that I'm following based off a YouTube video my liege lord sent me. Building these moats is going to take about 102 minutes, if I recall correctly. An hour and 40 minutes is 100 minutes, if I recall correctly. I'm currently on a quest, where I have to destroy a total of 10 bandit camps. And so far I've destroyed 6 out of 10 bandit camps. When I destroy 4 more, my reward in the end will be 10,000 honor. And next to me I see a bandit camp that I can scout. And I sent 6 scouts to it. In particular, I'm currently researching engineering, because I've already maxed out the previous research that specifically increased the capacity of my stockpile, of which I don't really remember the name of it. Maybe it was construction or something like that, but I'm not at all sure. Anyway, after Dad took me home to Mom's place, it was initially intended that he would take me to Salvatore's, but that ended up not happening because of Mom taking me to Bathtub Billy's today or to BTB's. Apparently, they're currently in the middle of a leasing negotiation for a building next door to them, and if and when they're able to get that lease negotiated, they're going to knock down one of the walls of the private party room where me and Mom go to sing some karaoke on karaoke nights at BTB's. And when there's no private party for that night, and apparently with the extra space, they're going to put in a whole new bar sometime this fall, something that got me excited. For karaoke, when it was just me and Mom, essentially, I sang Eat It by Weird Al, which is a parody of Beat It by Michael Jackson, and since it's a parody, it's protected by fair use, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure that technically shifts the scale towards it being owned by Weird Al Yankovic rather than by Michael Jackson. But I'm not entirely sure on that. I then sang Nice to Know You by Incubus. Then I sang Jump in the Line by Harry Belafonte. And then lastly, I sang Better Now by Post Malone. After it turned out that the karaoke host didn't have The Dirtiest Song It Ain't by Voltshire. So yeah, I remember 4 karaoke songs I sang, but I have a feeling that I did a 5th. I just currently don't remember what it was. Tonight was a combination of singing songs I've already sung in the past, and of singing of singing some new songs. Oh yeah, I sang Say Something by Justin Timberlake and Chris Stapleton. I believe it was between Nice to Know You Incubus, meaning after Nice to Know You by Incubus, but before Jump in the Line by Harry Belafonte. uh, when I went to sing that song in particular, it seemed different from what I remember. It had a tamer melody and the lyrics were slower from what I remember. Regardless, it was fun to do all of those karaoke songs as I worked on a new styrofoam drawing that I haven't been able to finish yet. I didn't manage to finish at BTB's. People really liked my singing of Jump in the Line because I think either Jump in the Line was completely new for me because I initially misremembered it as Jump on the Line. But anyway, I really put in quite a bit of passion into my singing for that performance and did plenty of dancing. And the crowd really liked it. It's part of what influenced me to try and sing The Dirtiest Song That Ain't by Vultshire. I was kind of wondering if the people I was singing to would at any point join in, since not only do I not want to sing the words, obviously, but not really supposed to, it would ruin the whole point of the song. I think I like this new elixir manufacturing design. Anyway, today while I was at Dad's apartment, working on that styrofoam drawing, I finished checking the first playlist. Checking each video. From a public YouTube playlist. Using the Wayback Machine, aka the Internet Archive. Anyway, there doesn't seem to be any correlation between how controversial or offensive the Flogo video was, its chances of being preserved. I mean, the Geezer Pleaser was preserved, and it's a song about Viagra. I got it based off a 2014 Wayback Machine capture that was in French for some reason, and it showed that point in time the video was age restricted. And then there was also Why Can't We Be Men, which is a parody of Why Can't We Be Friends by War. And essentially, it's this video from, I don't have the exact year at the moment. It's from 2006. And makes fun of instances in which males don't meet what's traditionally associated with being male. And for doing that, quite a few people, YouTube users, disliked it. Though it wasn't universally disliked. It's personally, I at that point remembered that Flogo video. It has a good melody, but obviously the lyrics are pretty offensive. Yeah, my current theory with the Flogo videos is that random users of Flogo back in the day would make these animations using a combination of Flash animation and real animations. The Flogo name goes under a variety of different names. The Big Tune, and whatnot. Oddly enough, at some point I was able to find the My Mullet Flogo video, of which the parody for which I'm not entirely sure. One of the most significant effects this rabbit hole has had on me, in which essentially I've just been making a collection of all the Flogo videos that, in a sense, have already been archived. It caused me to have deja vu more often whenever I go to karaoke nights, whether that be at BTB or whatever. Because I know that most of these Flogo videos, or at least a significant number of them, are parodies of relatively popular songs. Though, of course, I'm obviously not always going to know exactly what song is being parodied. I don't think they're under any obligation to tell what song is being parodied, though they did at times within the description of the YouTube video. That was not always the case, since a parody is one facet of fair use. Which makes up the framework of copyright exceptions within the United States. Essentially, the question is this: did you use the copyrighted work in such a way that you essentially created a new work? The more time and effort you put into changing a copyrighted work, the more likely it is to be considered fair use. I'm not entirely sure if the work becomes entirely yours when it's declared fair use. I mean, if it is declared fair use, then it's fair game even without permission from the owner of the copyrighted works. Part of what contributed to me not finishing that second styrofoam drawing was the fact that there's this light blue neon Sharpie marker that's precariously close to running out completely at any given moment. And as such, I have to space out sessions in which I color in the girl's tied up shirt. Those sessions have to be shorter. And the styrofoam drawing I was working on at BTB's is actually another styrofoam drawing I intend to take a picture of and use as a prop character within the 99th Dan Hamming. I've essentially been stuck on making revisions to the fifth raw video file for a number of days now, just working on a scene a new bit of a new scene I put in when I expanded the scene between Sarah and her being within the bathroom of the RV or camper. A significant amount of the fifth raw video file takes place within. This is the pub pretzels, which is the starter I got after getting the entree of the seafood fra Diavolo, which essentially was spaghetti with scallops, shrimp, and clams, as well as some kind of, I believe, spaghetti sauce that's a bit chunkier and a bit spicy. For my first drink of the night, I got a watermelon margarita, and then I got the drink of the month for August, when it was given an August food special menu, the cucumber strawberry cooler. And between those two drinks, I had a glass of water with ice in it.